What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse, episode 69. Nice. For Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, as always, joined by my dude, Rick. What's up?
What's up? Oh man, it's good to be back, dude. I've had to avoid the podcast for a little while with this moving situation, and God, things have been so fucky. And if we have time, I can go into it later. But I'm here now. I'm ready to talk about some fucking video games, man.
Yeah.
I know what I've been playing. What have you been playing, dude?
Uh, well, I built a new PC.
Yes.
Uh, did that live on twitch.tv/ Gameoverse, gameoverse.com/Twitch or gameoverse.com/YouTube. Did it live over there, and yeah, it's nice. It's in the XWorks X32 open air ITX case. It's like this new case from China. Uh, and had one problem with it, which this is a problem with like almost like any ITX case or like any case that uses a PCIe riser, which is when you don't plug your graphics card straight into the motherboard. You use this thing. It's called a riser, which lets you like plug it in sideways or upside down or like anywhere in the case that you want.
That's
Uh,
cool.
so like most ITX cases use this because you wouldn't be able to plug in like a full size graphics card in a normal orientation in a small case. Problem is that this case doesn't. It ships with a PCIe 3 riser, and
Oh, yeah.
we're on Gen 4 now. So I sent them an email like, "Hey, I'm about to buy a different cable for this. Is this going to be compatible?" And they just sent me back like, we don't know. We don't know shit about anything else besides the one we make. So you try it and let us know. So like I bought, and these things aren't like cheap, man. The one I got, I wanted to get a good one because there's a bunch
Yeah.
of bad ones out there that are like, faulty or like they're just bad. So like I made sure I got a good one. $90 I had to spend for just this
Jesus.
one fucking cable. Uh, and got it in the case. Thought it would be fine, and turns out there's like a little fucking red bar where uh where it like bends over. There's like a red bar that just fucking is just too long, where it just doesn't fit. Uh, so I had to end up just not being able to use it. It's fucking it sucks. So I had to build a whole case. So eventually I'm gonna have to open this thing back up and like replace it. Um, so eventually that's gonna have to happen. It's not too bad because today's games are not gonna take advantage of that, but pretty soon they're gonna be taking advantage of Gen 4. So um, yeah, I'm gonna want to have to replace that. But yeah, that was my adventure. And yeah, I finally finished building it or setting everything up today. Like literally like an hour or two ago, I finished setting up all the audio, plugging everything in, make sure everything worked. Just so I can do this podcast. I was worried for a second that I wouldn't be able to make it in time to do the podcast. But we got everything. Everything's working. Everything's good. So yeah, pretty good case. I like it. Very small, very
Good.
lightweight, compact. It's got a handle on it, so like you can carry it around for like LAN parties and stuff. Um, yeah, really good. So I did a full live build of that. That's up on the YouTube channel. Took me like 4 hours. It was a little speed run. 80%, no major glitches. Uh, yeah, and that last weekend I played. Sega made a new Genesis. Did you hear about this?
I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I did hear about this.
uh, Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. The closed beta test was last weekend, and I had a window where I was like, I'm playing this all night, all day. But I kind of tricked myself into thinking that there would be more to this than there was. There wasn't.
Yeah,
It didn't have enough legs for.
you were
It's just
like,
a
yeah, you were just like upset that the beta didn't have enough like content in it.
yeah, but
I don't know if this is like you, but it's coming up like really like pixely on my screen. It might just be me though.
um, I think that's probably just like the video internet shit. My internet's not the greatest. I'm trying to get that fucking sorted out, um, but I think it is just a little pixely. But
But yeah. Anyway, so
if you know anything
despite
about me,
yeah,
you know that I fucking Fantasy Star Online is one of my favorite action RPG franchises of all time. I played the original on GameCube. I missed it when it was on Dreamcast, but GameCube was where it was at. Played the fuck out of it on GameCube. Played the fuck out of it on PC. Played the Japanese PSO2 for like 1,000 hours when it hit Japan, and then
yeah,
when it finally came to the States, I put another like 800 hours into it. Uh, Started over, had to redo everything, but fucking still maxed out my character. So like I love these games. Universe, not so much. Um, but the PSP ones were better. Played the fuck out of PSP ones. But so like I love this franchise. So what I was hoping for was I want them to streamline some of the aspects of PSO2 in this game, because it's a it's a new game, but it's built on that old game. It's built on
yeah.
PSO2. So a lot of that stuff just carries straight over into this game. Uh the controls are like almost exactly the same. You've got a sprint now, so you can sprint, you can double jump, and then you have like a glide that you can just kind of just glide and hover around. Um, but aside from that, all the controls are exactly the same. Um, so it's like it makes it like super easy to kind of just get right back into it. Like you just feel right at home. Some of the armor system is like mostly the same. You don't have like arm, leg parts any or body or whatever the fuck it was. You just have three armor slots and you can put whatever you want in them. Uh like what else? There's a lot that this game does that's like
Mhm.
mostly the same, but like just different enough. It's totally open world, so there's no loading in between section. So like there's like a central hub area where everyone is, and that's where you do all your like shopping, and all the quest givers are there, and shit like that. And then you can just walk out. You can just walk straight out into the world, and there's no loading. Everything happens seamlessly, um, which is fucking awesome. It's more like I said this during the stream, but the original PSO is more like a Monster Hunter, where you pick your
Yeah.
mission and then you go off into that mission, and then that's where everything happens. Whereas this one's more like a Xenoblade, where there's like a central hub and you just walk out into the world and then you just start doing shit. And then, but this game is online, so um, all the other players that are there are also just out in the world as well. So you just encounter shit, and they're just like shit will just spawn on the map, and you're like, "Hey, there's a fucking monster over here," and then everyone will go over there and start attacking it, and you get credit even if you're just even if you didn't contribute. As long as you're close enough, you get experience, and everything gets picked up automatically, which is awesome. Um, yeah, the beta didn't really have enough. I wanted to see more story stuff. I kind of wanted to see where they were going with the story, but there's like really no story stuff in the beta. Um, on the screen right now, you can actually see the full map, and most of it was locked off in the beta.
Yeah.
I tried, I ran the entire fucking perimeter, and they just have like a red wall up that just blocks you from
Yeah.
doing
You're
anything.
trying so hard to like glitch through it or something. It's really funny.
um, yeah, if you really want to see, I think I played for like 6 hours. I really just took a look at like almost everything. Even the cash shop, they give you 20,000 of the premium currency. So I just bought everything in the cash shop, all the cosmetic items, and just looked at everything. So if you really want to get a good look at what the game is, at least what it was in the beta, take a look at the live stream I did. That's up on YouTube, gameverse.com/YouTube.
And then
But
show up a couple hours into it because it's when I show up, and that's when it gets good.
yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
kidding, but
I really tried to just break this thing open and just see everything there was to see about it, because I just need to know everything about this. But it's coming out. It's launching officially worldwide next month, so we don't have to wait too long to actually see the full version here. So I'm excited for once about a video game. So
awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm happy your opinion on games isn't totally jaded. That's good, man. I'm glad you found something you like. I've been fucking busy with this move. Those of you who don't know, I've been moving apartments with my wife recently, so that's been a god damn it. That's been a pain in the ass, dude. Everything that could fucking go wrong has gone wrong.
yeah,
It's just God, dude. Like I'm gonna rant a little bit, and I promise I'll talk about fucking video games. So get this. Like I bought this fucking couch, right? Because my wife and I needed a couch for the apartment we're moving to. And I was looking for like cheap couches that like matched our coffee table because that's important to my wife is that it matches our coffee table. And I found this couch on Amazon that was really cheap. It was like a sectional three-piece couch with an ottoman for like $500. So I was like, all right, I bought a bunch of stuff from Amazon before. This is sold directly from Amazon. It's not some weird third party seller. So I'll buy it. I thought with their, I know like when you order on Amazon, if you have Prime, it's just free 2 day shipping. I thought, being furniture, they would have a different, more traditional delivery system like most furniture stores do. They do
yeah.
not. It is straight, just like if I could have ordered a cable, it would have been the same process. And so when they told me, oh, I'll be arriving here in 2 days, and I didn't move into my apartment for another couple weeks, I was like, yo, I need that. I messaged them and I was like, hey, I need this to come in May 11th. It's the day after I move in because I move in May 10th.
Wait,
And I got,
how did they send it? Wait, what did you expect?
I thought it would like take me to like a delivery page. Like, if you ever ordered furniture or appliances, take you to a delivery page, you'll schedule like the date you want delivered. I thought it would be like that, but no, it's just like a regular Amazon order. Like, I just order it. It's like, cool, we'll drop it off 2 days because of your Amazon Prime. So I messaged them. I was like, hey, I need to postpone this to like the 11th. And they're
Oh,
like, yeah, we can
okay.
do that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not crazy for thinking that, right? Like anyone who's bought furniture like knows that's how it's done. It's not like I'm ordering a cable or something. You can't just drop it off in my front yard and leave. Like someone needs to be there to take the furniture. Um, that's why I thought they would do it, but that's not how it works. So that's a thing. I messaged customer service like, "Yo, I need this to come in on the 11th, the day after I move in." And they're like, "Yeah, we can do that for you. You should see the order change." And I was like, "Cool." A day goes by, and the order said, "We're delivering it today." And I was like, "No, no, no. I needed to postpone." So I messaged him again. I was like, "Hey, I thought this was getting delayed." Agent had no idea what I was talking about because, of course, he didn't. So he was like, "Okay, I'll call UPS and postpone it." First, they tried to tell me I got to contact the seller, and I'm like, dude, you are the seller. Like, it says right there, sold from your warehouse." And the guy was like, "Oh, right. I'll contact UPS for you." And then he gets back to me. He's like, "Cool. We'll have it delivered on the 11th." I talked with UPS. I was like, "Cool." every like 2-3 days, it would tell me they're delivering it today, and I have to keep calling or messaging them to get it changed, dude. It was fucking ridiculous. And finally, the day before we're scheduled to move in, so May 9th, it does it again. It's like, oh, we're delivering it today. And I have to message them, explain it again. And this guy's finally like, I promise you it'll be there the 11th. You don't have to worry. I talked to UPS. You know, it's not being delivered today. It'll be there on the 11th. And I was like, cool. May 10th goes by. Wife and I move all our shit in. It was a pain in the ass. We had a lot of stuff, but we're done. May 11th, wife goes to work. I'm off. So I'm sitting here waiting for the couch and nothing's showing up. So I like message again. I'm like, hey, when's my couch supposed to show up? And the guy looks at the order and he was like, oh, we're sending that back to the seller. That's being returned. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? And he's like, oh, because it was sitting in our warehouse, so we processed it as a return. And I was like, dude, it was sitting in the warehouse. You're supposed to deliver it to me today. Like, that's what was happening. And then he was like, oh, sorry. Well, it's going back to the seller. And I was like, dude, get me like a supervisor or something, because like this is ridiculous. I can't wait for you guys to refund it. I can't wait for you guys to return it and then wait God knows how long for the refund. That whole time I'm not gonna have a couch. Like that's not cool. So he gets me to a supervisor and he's like promising me I'll expedite the delivery, I'll expedite the return for you. It's already on its way back. I can't do anything about it. But we're expediting it. I'll get you back the money as soon as possible. And I was like, dude, that's not good enough. Like, I have to go like God knows how long without a couch now because you guys are holding on to that money. I can't just go to a store and buy a couch now. And the guy's like, I'm totally sorry. He's like, hey, I can give you a $20 credit. And I was like, dude, you're not listening to me. Like, that's not, I don't want fuck your credit. I want my goddamn couch. Like, I can't go like a week without a couch, dude. And he's like, well, the most I can do is offer you a $20 credit. And I was like, okay, cool. When does my Prime renew? And he's like, oh, it renews June 1st. I was like, cool, cancel the renewal. I don't want to do anything with you guys anymore. And he cancels it. I felt like an asshole, but dude, I've been dealing with this for like forever.
Yeah.
And fast forward 3 days later, it's still on my Amazon account as being delivered, even though it wasn't. So I go to customer service again. I'm like, dude, what's going on with this? It still says it was delivered. And then the agent's like, oh, we didn't process the return correctly. Now the return's processed. So that 3 to 5 days I have to wait for the return, that starts today.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck? And I told them, like, you guys have been like fucking me since I ordered this couch. Every time, every day since I've ordered this couch has been a fucking nightmare. And I want to speak to the supervisor, and I told them my story, told them how upset I was, and they offered me like a $60 credit. And I tell them, tell you what, make it $100 credit. I'll renew my Amazon Prime today. And they
Did
did.
they?
So now I have it. Yeah, they did.
Nice.
So I have a $100 Amazon credit that wife and I are trying to figure out what to spend it on. But dude, it was a fucking god damn it. The time I've wasted on this, I would have rather just had the couch. Like I know the
That's
$100
weird
gets out.
because I
Yeah,
never. That's something I've never thought about with like, because I get furniture from Amazon too, but I don't really care when they deliver. I just like whenever it comes for me, and then I just like they leave it outside. They leave it outside, but it's like not. It's that's never something I ever thought about. Like, yeah, you should like if you like order like a big piece of like
couch.
couch or
Yeah,
something, you should have to schedule that because you can't just like let that sit wherever the fuck they want to put it.
exactly. So that's how I thought they'd do. Because you go to any fucking furniture store, even if you order furniture online, they're always like, okay, cool. When did you want to schedule? When's a good delivery time for you? You know, the blah 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 blah. But Amazon doesn't do any of that. And I'm glad I got that credit, but fuck, I am never ordering anything like that from Amazon again, dude. It was a nightmare. Um, Wife ended up going to some furniture outlet store and got a couch, and that's another story for another day. But anyway, I've been playing Mass Effect.
Yeah,
I
how's
got
that?
it's fucking good. So here's the thing. Shift gears a little bit. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is like just what I needed with all this shit I've been dealing with. I love Mass Effect. Those of you who don't know, I love me the Mass Effect series. Mass Effect 1, I've played more times than I can count. I played through the entire trilogy. There's a point in my life where I played through the whole trilogy at least 2 or 3 times a year. Like it was crazy. I love these games. I know them very well. I've played them a lot. And this Legendary Edition makes so many quality of life changes, especially to the first one, that it respects my time a lot more than the first one did. So, let me give you an example. The load times are better in Mass Effect 1 now. There's this meme of anytime you're in the Citadel, you have to take these elevators. They're there to disguise loading screens. You would have to sit there forever in these elevators, and your characters would have like full conversations to like hide the fact you're waiting for the next area to load. Now it's almost instant, and the game gives you an option to skip the conversation if you just want to get through the elevator ride.
Nice.
Um, but other little things. So one thing I love about Mass Effect 1 is that when it first came out, it had a lot of great replay value. There are some achievements you can get that would affect subsequent playthroughs. For example, if you hit level 60, for example, with the character, you got a permanent 10% buff to XP gained for any time you start the game over, or with the character. Um, there's this other achievement that they tweaked a little bit called the ally achievements. If you play through, so originally, if you play through most of the game with a specific ally, you unlock that achievement, and that gave you bonuses to the character you're playing with and all playthroughs after that. Like if you play through the game with Rex, for example, the Krogan character, you got an achievement for that, and it unlocked a permanent health regeneration upgrade for all your characters if you start over. The problem with that achievement is that the description is play through most missions with X ally. The exact number is 43 missions, which unless you're doing side quests and doing everything, you have to have that ally as soon as you get them, keep them in your party for every mission you take to unlock that achievement. So it took like multiple playthroughs to do it. Which was fine when it came out because Mass Effect 1 was the only game at the time. So, you had that time to keep replaying it, get these bonuses, make your subsequent playthroughs easier. It sucks now because there's 3 games. So if you want to play through the whole trilogy and you're a completionist, nobody wants to replay the game multiple times to get this like arbitrary achievement. So they
Yeah.
brought that down from 43 missions to 5 missions.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm not even halfway through the game and I got that achievement with everybody. So it's fucking great. Um they tweaked control now. So now outside of previously in the game you couldn't sprint outside of combat, so it made traversal very to take forever. Now you can. They tweaked there's a new leveling system now, so if you select it, you can actually max out your character on one playthrough instead of having to play multiple times. It's so great. All these quality of life changes make the game so much easier to deal with. There's some audio glitches I recognize that were in the original that are not in here that are really cool. Small things that you only notice if you play through the game as much as I have. They fixed those, but they kept some fun exploits to like get more money, get more experience. Some of those are still in here, so that's cool. I'm only playing through Mass Effect 1. I have about 10 hours into it, but I'm really, really liking what they've done so far. And I can't wait to get to 2 and 3 and play through these games again. It's a blast. Like anyone who if you've never played Mass Effect, go buy it. It's $60 for the game. It comes with all 3 games. They all launch from one launcher. So it makes it really easy to have all your games together, jump from one game to the next. Um, Graphically, there's a ton of improvements on Mass Effect 1, better lighting, better textures, better models for the characters, the facial expressions are better. Even the character customization has more options than the original did. It's fucking great. If
I'm
you've never
looking
played
at
Mass Effect, perfect way to play it.
the I'm looking at IGN's like gameplay thing of it, and
Yeah.
they've got the FemShep going, and she looks so weird. They did they massively change her? Because that's not what I
Yes.
remember looking like.
Yes, I'm glad you asked. So the Fem Shep that everybody knows of wasn't available till Mass Effect 3. That's the one that was on all the cover art promotional material. But people forget that Fem Shep wasn't the default face for 1 and 2. That was only for 3. So with this remaster, they went back and made that the default Fem Shep for 1 and 2. So that's why she
Oh,
looks so different. If you're just clicking the default FemShep, it's going to look the most drastic because it's pulling from the Mass Effect 3 model.
Okay.
So that causes some bizarreness, but other than that, dude, it's still great, man. Like the armor, the textures on the armor look really good. I've replayed Mass Effect 1 with mods to make it look better. And that works. It gets you so far, but this matches up those mods plus all the quality of life changes. So
Controller support on PC is a big thing because that first game, maybe even the second game, didn't have controller support at all. Uh,
so
so
I don't play with the controller, so I can't vouch for it personally, but I've had other people tell me the controller support works great. And
uh,
what's awesome is the control schemes are supposed to be unified across all three games. So
nice, nice. Yeah,
only problem is that Mass Effect 1 still has some weird like eccentricities that people don't like about it, and a lot of those are still there. Um especially like the leveling system. Like the first one's more of an RPG than it is an action game. So
yeah,
you spend a lot of time like allocating skill points. There's a ton of little points you're always allocating, so just picking the next ability when you level up. There's a loot system, so you're always getting loot, having to go through it, equip it, sell it. They streamlined a lot of it in 2 and 3 to, I think, a much better degree. It just cuts out a lot of the bullshit from 1, but that stuff's still there. So it's still, if you're used to 2 and 3, it's still kind of a slog to get through, but the quality of life changes make it much easier to play. It's not as big a pain in the ass. They even fixed the Mako and how that controls. So if that was something you hated, it's better to play in this game now.
yeah.
Um,
I keep saying like I need to go back and play through all of these again because I played through the first one on PC, the second one on PS3, and the third one on Xbox. So like my shit was all fucked up. So like I would love to go through it and actually care about my character and the story and everything that's happening.
yeah,
Even
and
though I
now's the
played through them
perfect time
all,
to do
but
it.
yeah,
Yeah, man, and now's the perfect time to do it. Like the game is so much better now. Like it just cuts out a lot of the bullshit now. It's much more comfortable to play. Especially me, like I played through the game so many times. So, like there's a lot of things that like I just want to get through quickly, and this game makes it more enjoyable to play. I like it a lot, and I can't wait to like play through 1, 2, and 3 with my character, and then play over it again with a totally different class and fuck around with that a little bit. I'm excited. It's definitely worth it. For $60, you're getting all three games, all the DLC, except for one. There's one DLC in Mass Effect 1 called Pinnacle Station that apparently the source code's lost for, so they can't replicate it.
yeah.
But it wasn't that big a deal. It was basically a glorified like horde mode and a challenge mode. So it was okay. You got to get some cool stuff out of it, and the extra XP you got from it was nice, but it's not required material, I think. It's very, very extra content. And I don't even think anything from that DLC like carries over to other games. If it does, it's very minuscule and I never noticed it. So
All
it's not the
right,
worst thing in the world that it's gone. But yeah, definitely go pick it up. $60, go buy it. It's definitely worth it. I got it
Mass
on sale
Effect.
on Green Man Gaming. It was like $52. So I saved myself $8 doing it. I had to launch it through Origin, but I don't mind. Origin's not that shitty anymore. So go pick it up. It's worth it. I love Mass Effect.
Yeah, this trilogy is pretty good. Too bad they never made another one.
Yep. We only got three awesome games, nothing else.
Yeah,
Yep, only three Mass Effect games. But yeah, these are great. I've also been playing like Monster Hunter, but that's new. I'm always playing Monster Hunter. But yeah, man. So that's it for what we've been playing. Let's get into some fucking news. The Epic versus Apple trial has been it started like when did it start? Like May 3rd. It started earlier this month, and it's still going. But what's
yeah.
crazy is that we've got so much leaked information from this trial. Well, not leaked information, but I guess newly
It's
disclosed information from this
it's
trial.
it's information that uh they have to distribute this for the trial, they have to give this
Yeah,
information up. So,
yeah, and because
um,
that's newly disclosed, and this
yeah.
is we got a look at some behind the scenes stuff. Like the fact that Epic spent like $11.6 million on free games. So those free games they're giving out, that's how much they've spent on it. And they've actually gotten 5 million users from using it. Um, has anyone else actually like really used Epic? Because I have an Epic account, but I've only used it for the free games. I don't think I've ever bought anything on the Epic store.
Um, I bought Outer Wilds on there
Right.
because it was only on like I sometimes I'll jump in on because it sits like exclusive on there, and I'm like I don't
Yeah.
want to wait for this, and it's already on here, and I'll just buy it. Fuck it. Um, so yeah, there's stuff on there that I've purchased willingly. Plus they have like a lot of people don't know this, but the games that they have on there are DRM free. So you can like just buy those games, download them, and then completely uninstall the the game
The Epic
store.
launcher.
Yeah, you can uninstall the launcher and still play those games wherever you want. Put them on a USB drive and just share them and shit like that.
I had no idea. I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
nobody ever talks about that though. They're only there to shit on like this game I want is Epic exclusive. Epic sucks, worst company ever.
yeah. Like their store isn't like it still has like some missing features and like it's
Yeah,
not like good like globally yet, but you know the product they're offering is pretty, it's
yeah,
not terrible.
yeah.
uh so I actually did have some stuff highlighted here, but since I switched PCs I don't have that anymore. But I thought one of the interesting things, the most interesting stuff from these trial came out of like the first like couple days actually.
Yeah,
Now the stuff is ongoing every day. It's still stuff's happening, but it's all like not interesting at all. But yeah, so like the most interesting thing like that happened here was that how much they paid for some of these games. Some of them are outrageous, and then some of them are like that's all you had to pay for that. Um, like they paid like Subnautica. The price was 1.5 million, which is insane to me. Uh, but then like Super Meat Boy was only 50,000, which that's an older
yeah,
game. So I mean, I guess I could see that,
yeah. I'm
but
not too
like,
surprised by that. Like anyone who's already anyone who is interested in it probably already got it on another platform, and
yeah.
anyone who wasn't, I mean, they probably didn't take the time to download it. So
But Rhyme was only like $5,000 less than that, and I'm like, Rhyme is like not even close to. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Rhyme is okay, but like $5,000 less than Super Meat Boy, like Super Meat Boy is worth a lot more than that.
I agree. I
But I
think
don't know.
Scooby was a much bigger IP, but whatever.
Uh, yeah, it's interesting that you see this side of it because you don't see this with like PlayStation Plus has like free games every month, and everyone wonders like what do they have to pay for to get this on there, or this kind of puts all that in perspective uh just a little bit. So like yeah, this stuff's pretty interesting. They did what they don't have on this list is they did have Rockstar put GTA 5 on there for
Mhm.
a while. um and that's not on this list. I mean, I would imagine that had to be like, I don't know, a lot more than
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Subnautica, or
Yeah.
Mutant Year
Oh,
Zero,
yeah.
which was 1 million, and
Yeah, that was
Batman
the one I was the
Arkham.
most excited to see, and I was upset it wasn't on there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty much like the services where you can like pay for subscribers. Like
Yeah,
you can pay like for YouTube subscribers or like Twitch viewers and shit like that. That's pretty much
yeah,
what these are, but you never look at it that way. But that's basically, they paid about $2.73 per account,
Yeah.
for Epic, which is, I mean, that's a pretty good turnaround, I think,
It's
you
not a
know?
bad turnaround.
Yeah.
If like, how can I word it? If like 10% of those people stick around and buy a couple games, like you can make your money back pretty easily if
Yeah.
it's only like 273 per person. So it's not bad. Yeah, you're right. I did that math too, and I was like, this is they got something going here.
Yeah.
And there's some credence. You got to spend money to make money, and that's proof of it right there.
Yeah. And I mean, they've got money to throw around. That Fortnite money is just like that's all spending money for them pretty much.
Oh
So,
yeah. We also got to look at some other like details that were never brought to public attention before the trial. Like Walmart, oh, excuse me, I had the hiccups. Walmart had a gaming service planned out that was never announced, and that's so weird to me. Like thinking of Walmart entering the gaming service.
gaming, I say
But
this a lot. I say this like a lot, man. The like video games is a money making business now.
yeah,
Like if it makes money, people are gonna jump on from left and right to get in on that action. So
oh yeah,
like Walmart actually they do dabble in PC stuff a little bit as well. Like they have like
yeah,
pre-built PCs that you can buy and they're not good, but
oh yeah.
you
I've
know,
seen those before. They're garbage, but they're
they
there.
have them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
like this was interesting. It was called Project Storm. They were working on it back in 2019, but it didn't sound terrible. Like one of the big things was that you use the games that you already own, so you would tie it into your UPlay account, your Steam account, or like your Origin account, and it was a cloud gaming service. So as long as you owned those games on your account, you would be able to stream those games to whatever device you had. And this is weird. I didn't even notice this, but they show a smartwatch here. You're streaming games to your smartwatch. What the fuck? I didn't even notice
that's
that.
that. It's probably with patents and stuff like that. A lot of times they patent this stuff. They don't really plan on using it too much, but
Yeah.
it's there just in case. So it could be possible that this is all put out there for like a patent agreement, and they don't really have any plans to utilize it that much. It could just be like something as simple as like buying a game from your watch and then having it ready for your console when you get home or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or it could just be like an app that you can so your watch can be notified if you get like a deal comes up or something, or if it's like an idle game, you can control it from your watch or something, maybe. Again, I'm speculating, but
Oh man, don't
that's
even give me ideas, dude. You know I love idle games. I love seeing those
I
numbers go up.
dude, it's addicting. Like I got super into idle games. So was it a couple years back when we first started this? It was what do we call it? The year of the clicker. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like that's when my fucking addiction started, dude. It's not as bad as it used to be, but every once in a while, a new idle game comes out. I'll spend some time on it. um, but yeah, that cloud service, it's interesting. I want to see if they go forward with it. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. We also got to look at some pushback. We saw that Epic pushed Xbox to open up a free multiplayer just ahead of the Apple Fortnite issue. It's funny to me seeing Epic like trying to shake things up right now and push as hard as they are, because I think with Fortnite on their under their belt, dude, they can get away with it. Like they
Yeah.
have that
I
power to
mean,
make these demands. I think.
and it's funny to me seeing where Fortnite started to where it
Yeah,
is now because it's when that game like first entered early access with the save the world mode, it was like trash, dude. It wasn't
yeah, it was a
like
trash like
I mean like
survival game.
I played it and like enjoyed it for what it was, but no one fucking saw the what it could become. I like it's just it's crazy to me that um they had this like all planned out for like months before they ever um, you know, attacked Apple, which is what they did. They pretty much attacked Apple with this like antitrust thing. Like they played their hand and they were like, we bet Apple's gonna do this in response to us doing this, and then they did, and then they already had their shit planned out. Um, it's just crazy how calculated Epic is
And if
moving
anyone can
right
get
now.
away with it, it's definitely them, dude. Like they got
Yeah,
the money and the clout to like back it up. Like
yeah. So I'm yeah, this is just cool stuff. So this is them like sending like emails back and forth to Microsoft saying, "Hey, you should we got something big coming up." Pretty much like is that the wording they used? Um yeah, they're like, "Hey, we got some plans for August that will provide extraordinary opportunity to highlight the value proposition of consoles and PCs in contrast to mobile platforms. This is incomplete information, and you have a big ship that's slow to turn. But they're like, hey, we got something coming up, so you might want to do this." And and then yeah, they Microsoft did it, and
yeah, dude.
like it's so like calculated what the movements they're making here. It's
What's
yeah
crazy to me, and this is kind of in the next part of this story, the Epic versus Apple kind of turned to Windows versus Xbox because
yeah
a big argument they had is like, oh, like the big argument for this lawsuit is that Apple is intentionally like limiting competition, limiting customer base by only allowing App Store purchases to be downloaded to their phones. You know, you have a computer. I don't have to just download anything from the Windows Store. I can download anything I want from like Steam, the Windows Store, Origin. And if this goes through, there's a lot of like ramifications. Like, what if Xbox later or Sony or Nintendo have to start allowing third party applications onto their
yeah.
system?
So that was one of the arguments that one of the Apple lawyers made, was that, hey, if we get like, if we're fucking antitrust, so are you, Sony. Like your PlayStation's fucking locked down. Your Xbox is locked down. I can't buy whatever I want on a Nintendo Switch. So like if we get fucked for this, you're gonna get fucked. But um which is like a good point, but also like those devices are made specifically for that ecosystem.
Exactly,
Whereas,
and that's my argument too. Is when you buy a PlayStation, you're buying it to play PlayStation games. You don't buy a
yeah,
phone to play Fortnite.
yeah. Um, but like, I wouldn't be upset. Like, I would actually welcome uh, if those platforms were more open. Like, if I could
Yeah,
just, because Xbox kind of is like you can put it in dev mode and just put RetroArch on it if you want, and that's kind of more open. Um, like I like that. I like being able to just do whatever I want with my hardware.
yeah,
Whereas like Sony is very much anti that. But like yeah, I would love to see these devices be more open. Like I'm totally
yeah,
open to
same,
that. Like that would
same.
be
I'm
awesome.
totally okay with it too. My complaint is Apple like trying to compare, their stuff to PlayStation stuff. That's not what it is. Like,
Yeah.
and
Um.
that's the thing that pisses me off about it. But we'll
Uh.
have to wait and see if I don't think it's gonna have any big ramifications. I think like the nuance here of a phone device versus a gaming device, or there's enough nuance there that it's not going to affect like game systems. But we'll see. I mean, I've been wrong
Yeah.
before.
And I forgot where this came up, but I put some quotes in the notes here because I thought this was very very poignant. Actually, the judge said this to Apple when I think they were trying to. I don't remember when it came up, but the judge said this. She said, "One of the problems with limiting competition is that you don't get innovation. one of my concerns is that if you aren't letting parties compete on these topics, things won't improve. And that's such a good quote. That's such
Yeah.
like good thing to say.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad this judge knows exactly what's up with this stuff, because a lot of times with like technology and this kind of shit, like, you know, old
Oh yeah,
people
dude.
don't
Yeah, they
they don't
don't get it.
understand what's going on. So
Yeah, remember that time, like, oh god, kind of side note, but when Mark Zuckerberg was in front of the Supreme Court and like none of them fucking knew like what how the internet worked, how Facebook worked, and it was just like 2 hours of like old man yells at cloud, that meme.
yeah,
Remember that? God, like I was expecting something like that with this, but I'm glad this judge is like, I don't know if he was just already knowledgeable in it or if he actually took the time to like listen to defenses from each side and was able to calculate, based on that, based on what was told to him. But good on him for like actually understanding the thing he's about to make a major decision on.
yeah. I want to do a quick shout out to David Davenport up in YouTube right now. He was with us around when we started.
Yeah.
Um, if anyone remembers that, he was with us back in the day, man.
Yep. Back
Um,
Forbidden Full is what he used to go by.
dude, if you ever want to jump in on it with us again, man, we do this completely. You know, as you can see, we do this live. Our Discord is open. You can jump in there whenever you want, whenever anyone wants. Gameverse.com/discord. Get up in there, talk to us.
Yeah. Well, we love hearing from you guys. So, hop in the chat, it'll be some fun. Um, but no, this whole case has been fucking great, and I
Yeah,
want to see
actually,
like more
so
of it.
I put another quote in there actually. So at some point, Apple brought up like some footage of Fortnite, and they have like a
Yeah,
banana character.
I know
Uh,
exactly what you're talking about. I love this fucking story so much.
uh, wait, let me see if I can find it exact, because it's
Yeah,
like
I'm trying to find the transcript too.
I don't remember exactly what point they were trying to make with this, but
I think they're trying to imply that it was like an inappropriate like image.
I guess. So
Hold on.
here it is. Here's the transcript. They go, Apple says, "We have in front of us a set of images, and what is this screen showing?"
Oh, really
It's
quick. Let's do Gameoverse Theater.
okay.
Send it to me,
Oh,
and I'll read Apple's side if you
here
want
it
to read
is. Here
Epic
it
side.
is. All right, I put the link there.
All right, hold up. Got it. So I'll be Apple. You'll be Weisinger.
All right.
All right. Okay, here we go. This is two-man. This is Gameoverse Theater here. We have in front of us a set of new images, and what is the screen showing?
Well, that's your matchmaking lobby.
Yes, and we have a large yellow banana here, don't we, in a tuxedo?
Yes, that is Peely.
And that's Peely, did you say?
Yeah,
And in fact, in the tuxedo, he's known as Agent Peely, correct?
that's correct.
We thought it better to go with the suit than the naked banana since we are in federal court this morning.
So then sometime later, uh, Epic is giving um Epic's attorney is giving their thing. Uh, so you be Epic now.
All right, I'm Epic Attorney now. A little bit of digression. We talked about Peely, our banana, remember that?
I do.
And there might have been an implication that to show Peely without a suit would have been inappropriate. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without a suit?
No, there is not.
If we could just put on the screen a picture of Peely, is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes?
It's just a banana, ma'am.
I fucking love this. I don't know what fucking point this attorney was trying to make. I don't know if they're trying to make them look bad by saying like, "Oh, this is inappropriate sexual material" or something. I don't fucking know, but god damn, there's one thing I learned. Not just in life, but just in general. If you're trying to make a point, don't ask a question unless you know the answer to it. Because then you
Yeah.
get shit like this where you look fucking stupid.
Yeah, like but most of this fucking trial has been like dumb shit like this. It's been like I think at some point they tried to like determine what a game was. So like Apple said, "Well, we have Roblox, but that's not a game." Even though if you look it up, well, before it was categorized under the games category. And they're like, "No, Fortnite is a game, but Roblox, that's not a game. That's a platform that people can use to do whatever they want." And like as if Fortnite doesn't have a creative mode or
Exactly.
like concerts and shit like that.
It's
So
the whole thing's like ridiculous. I don't know what point they're trying to make here. It's so weird, dude. I don't fucking know what's going on here, but
yeah,
it's fucking funny. It's funny to see that these people with, I would assume, very expensive legal degrees are just lacking in so much self-awareness and social and emotional intelligence to stay stupid shit like this. Um, Jesus Christ, I can't wait to see how else this plays out, dude. If anything, just for the fucking transcripts.
yeah. I think if you like, seems like Epic is winning right now.
Yeah,
Um, though
at
it's
least the
it's
court of public opinion for sure. But the judge also is kind of, with that thing he was talking about limiting competition. That's definitely in Epic's favor. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, because Epic's like they brainwashed a lot of like kids into like pointing at Apple and being like, "These are the guys that took away your Fortnite." So they're like, there's a lot of you know,
Vitriol behind that.
yeah, yeah,
But even then, like Epic's making some good points.
yeah,
Like when I buy a phone, I think your phone should be treated the same as your computer. Like you shouldn't have to limit what you can download to it or where you can download it from. I think that's
yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
definitely,
Um,
and that's why I use
and
Android.
yeah, and it's cool to see like Epic standing up to Apple like that, and I can't wait to see if this does play out in their favor. What kind of ramifications we have for other big tech industry stuff.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, by that logic, kind of far reaching, it's probably years down the line, but Facebook requiring, a Facebook account to use an Oculus, could this like fuck that idea up?
yeah,
Is that
or
set a precedent for
even
that too?
even the whole like right to repair stuff. It's like
Yeah.
still going too.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens, man. And some quickie notes coming up. We have a couple notes here. Brad Shoemaker, Vinny Carvella, and Alex Navarro all leave Giant Bomb. I don't see a source here in the notes, but any particular reason
Um,
why there been any um any
they
public information on that?
they didn't really say why. Um, but I kind of just put this in here because Giant Bomb has been like a cornerstone in games media, I guess if you want to call it that. Just the way
Yeah,
that
I'll
video
argue
games.
they're the good guy IGN, I'll argue. But I mean to an
Yeah,
extent. Not
but
they still got some shit, but yeah.
they've been doing this. They've been doing this for a long time,
Oh yeah.
and they've been doing it since before everyone was doing it. Like
Yeah.
what you see from Twitch now, what you see people doing on YouTube now, these guys were doing it before it was so easy and uh, before it was so easy to do.
Yeah.
A lot of what we do here is like a poor imitation of what they've been doing for a long time. So like I just wanted to just I don't know, just
Acknowledge
say
this.
yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge it a little bit and say like these guys have been such a huge inspiration to me uh just as a person who talks about video games. I just on the internet. um they
Yeah.
really just they changed the game when it comes to how video games are covered. I mean, like you remember how it used to be, where it was just like real static, and like you press the A button to jump, and this game you do this, and they really just cut out all that bullshit and just brought in a lot more personality into it, brought in a lot more just character. Um,
It's funny you
and
bring that up. Because even if like you're like me, like you never, I checked out some of Giant Bomb stuff when I was younger, but I kind of fell out with them. Even if you're in my situation, like the far reaches they made in the gaming landscape. Like if there's like a YouTuber you like or a game reviewer you like, chances are they got their shot because Giant Bomb like normalized that. So
yeah,
you're totally right. Like we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now if it wasn't for them. So it is important to
um,
cover that to see Titan like that lose some value members of the team.
so like those three guys have been doing this for like a very long time, very long time.
Oh yeah.
They're veterans in the industry, highly respected. I highly respect them. Um, and Jeff Gerstmann, who's again veteran of veterans. He's still going to be there. He's still going to be doing it. So he claims. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to be hiring more people on or what. But yeah, I'm super curious to see where they go from here. After taking a huge blow like that. Um, yeah, that's kind of all I had to say about that. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
glad Jeff is still doing it because
Yeah.
he's just has an encyclopedic knowledge of video games. You can just bring up anything and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, back in like '73, we would like he
I
just
love
has
seeing
like
stuff like that. It's funny you bring that up too. Because you're saying before Giant Bomb, there's if you want to get an idea of what like game reviews and stuff were before Giant Bomb, Cat Icarus has this video. I'll link it in the chat once I find it, but he found this catalog of like 30-year-old game reviews that showed up on an old television program years ago. And it is one of the funniest, most like cringy things I've ever seen. Like someone who obviously doesn't know anything about video games talking about video games without all the nuance that we've developed in how to talk about games. It's really funny. I'll find a see if I can find a link for it. But if you want to see the before times and get a glimpse of that,
yeah.
here's yeah, it'll be a fun little thing to look into.
Um,
Um,
David actually brings up um the he asks in the chat just like you can if you go to gameverse.com/twitch, gameverse.com/YouTube. He asked in the chat, how do you guys feel about the IGN statement that was made about corporate censorship regarding the Palestinian charities they posted? Um
I go
uh
back and forth with it, man. I'm in the right. I'm in the idea that regardless of how you feel about it, your business, if you're a business, you have a right to put what you want out there. And when you're an employee representing a business, your boss has the right to tell you to knock it off. You're doing something they don't like. But at the same time, this is a huge
um
issue that is
yeah,
happening. Like,
I would say yeah, okay, yeah, from a like a corporate standpoint, sure,
yeah, they're
but
legally in the right, but from a moral standpoint, this is something very important that a lot of people have opinions on, and to pretend it's not happening, to censor any sort of charities that get posted in fear of backlash, that's ridiculous. I would
yeah.
argue that companies that don't pick a side are worse than the ones that pick the wrong side, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the thing.
I think the bigger thing here is that there's a lack of the 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 leadership is blocking their journalistic integrity to a
Yeah,
certain degree. Like they should be able, as an individual, they should be able to just write whatever they want to write, have
that
their
too.
name on that, and go, no, this is my opinion, not the opinions of IGN or Ziff Davis as a whole. Um, because
That
like it's
too.
their
I didn't
name
even
on
think
it.
about the journalistic integrity part of it. I didn't even think of
Um,
that part of it.
I think that's the bigger problem here, more so than what was said. It's they're blocking them from saying what they want to say. I mean, they didn't do that whenever it's like their message that they want to get out, be it like Black Lives Matter, like were allowed to say whatever the fuck they wanted about that. Um,
Yeah,
but when they block something, that tells you more than what they are allowed to say
exactly.
because
Exactly.
oh
I didn't see any of this uproar during the Black Lives Matter debates or the Hong Kong protests. I didn't see
yeah
any of that
yeah
happen. So suddenly this is a problem. You have to block it. It's kind of sketchy. You know,
yeah
let your journal. People are smart enough to like. At least most people, I think, are smart enough to understand. Like, if a journalist is writing something, that's the opinion of the journalist, not the opinion of the company they represent. And for them to block it is ridiculous.
yeah. So
But that's my
actually,
two cents on it.
yeah, I don't really have much to say about this because the writers at IGN actually said it all, and I agree
Yeah.
with like almost everything they said. So I posted that link in there in the chat. So if anyone actually wants to go and read the statement that the writers of IGN made, um,
Yeah.
you can read that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um, we're talking about news though. The PlayStation's partnership with Discord. That kind of came out of nowhere. I thought Xbox was talking with them, and then that fell through. And I think I heard
yeah.
rumors that Nintendo was talking with them, and then now PlayStation's the one who actually got an official partnership.
But this is exactly remember when the stuff was going on with Microsoft, and I was like, people were like, "Man, if Microsoft buys Discord, it's gonna suck. They're super intrusive, and they're gonna be spying on us and shit like that." But like, I was like, no, like that seems like a great thing because you get more cohesion between PC and the console,
Yeah,
which Microsoft has been fully in support of for
yeah,
a long time. So I'm like, yeah, let's get everyone on the same platform. Let's let everyone talk to each other. That'd be great. But that fell through. And then here's Sony doing exactly what I said that Microsoft should have done, which they're going to be. Well, here, I'll just read what they said here. Our teams are already hard at work connecting Discord with your social and gaming experience on PlayStation Network. Our goal is to bring the Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting early next year, allowing friends, groups, and communities to hang out, have fun, and communicate more easily while playing games together. Like, that's exactly what the fuck I said that Microsoft should have done with the Xbox is make everyone just have everyone just fucking and sucking each other, break down the walls, and it'd be so much better. Because whenever I have to play a game with you, like when we are playing like It Takes Two,
oh, that was a fucking nightmare, dude.
just
God
trying to
damn it.
communicate with each other because it was a fucking nightmare. But if we can just both, I can load up Discord on my PC, you can load it up on your PlayStation, and we can just talk. That'd be so much better.
I agree. And like it would have been great to have this available when we were doing that, which we still gotta fucking finish. It Takes Two. Like
Yeah,
that's the thing we gotta work on. But in the meantime, it's really cool to see this happening and to see a more unified gaming industry, for lack of a better term, where we can do stuff like this. We can have third party communication apps to talk through PlayStation. And you can be on your computer recording our session while I'm on my PlayStation playing with you. Like it seems like it makes sense to do it, and it's
yeah,
cool to see Sony or PlayStation taking the steps to do it. Um, and they're not completely the good guys though, because they are facing a lawsuit now about store exclusivity. This is something I didn't know happened in 2019, but apparently back in 2019, Sony stopped allowing third-party retailers to sell download codes for games back in 2019. I didn't even notice that happened because if you look on third-party retailers like GameStop, Best Buy, you can still buy codes for like points and some DLC, but there's no codes to buy the actual full games. Like you're not gonna be able to buy GTA 5 a digital code for that to take home and download.
yeah.
And I didn't even notice that happen. That fell completely under my radar. I'm kind of embarrassed that it flew
I
under
actually
my
did.
radar.
I didn't know this either. So
Yeah. Um, I usually keep my ear to the ground for stuff like this, and I'm like, I'm surprised that this happened. I never noticed it. But essentially, people are they're getting they have a lawsuit stating that they're essentially setting up a monopoly, and because of this, consumers are spending up to on average 175% more to download a game on the store than
Yeah.
they would be purchasing a physical copy. Which I've always argued, if you want an all digital future, games can't cost as much as they do physically. I don't think they shouldn't.
So
Um,
I'm of two minds of this because
yeah,
on one hand, yes, you can't buy anything from a third party, but on the other hand, I did buy that Kingdom Hearts collection for like 80% off or something from the PS store. Like
mm,
they have some pretty deep ass fucking
they
discounts
do,
on
they
that
do,
PS store sometimes, and I'm like, this is like pretty good. So I
they
don't
do.
know. Um, I don't know. Like, would we get those discounts if they continue to allow third party
Well,
sales?
here's
Like
the
I've
thing. The problem with third party retailers, what I have to look up the lawsuit because I didn't know about this until today. But let's say, for example, you bought that Kingdom Hearts collection on the Sony store or the PlayStation store. What if the Square Enix can sell you the code directly from their website for cheaper or on average cheaper? Because that collection's like what, like $90 normally? What if
it's a
like,
hundred bucks.
$100 normally? So what if like Square Enix has it for like $70 normally and they have a deep discount once in a while? Like, this is stuff that we can't see happen because of that monopoly. Like, and I'm the same way. I'm like, well, Sony already has deep discounts, so what's the problem? But it's the fact that they're the ones deciding what to do with that kind of upsets me. Like, again, I can't buy that Kingdom Hearts collection from the Square Enix store,
Yeah,
or I can't buy, the Epic store can't sell Epic game codes for PlayStation on their website. I don't like being limited to where I can buy my shit, even if
yeah,
it's a digital platform. I don't like being limited to it. Um, I have bought game codes physically from a store because it was cheaper than it was online. Um, so I don't like the idea of these businesses telling me where I can and can't buy my shit. And I'm glad that this lawsuit's happening. And we just had a whole conversation about an open market, and I like to see it stay open. And I'm glad this is happening. We'll have to wait and see what
yeah,
happens with it, but hopefully something can come out of this that shakes things up a little bit.
yeah. I'm curious to see if this goes anywhere. Um, yeah,
Dave was saying that about the toxicity in particular Discord communities. Yeah, I agree. And hopefully now with Sony with PlayStation backing them up, there might be some more moderation and some of that toxicity.
but you kind of
Drops.
like you opt into any like Discord server you go into. Not to say that you can't like walk into something and not know that it was toxic. You can definitely, you know,
I think
go into a
he's more
server
on
and not
the
know.
the line of like the dangerous like troll servers
Yeah,
that kind of
but
hang out,
but
whether you walk into them or not, but that they're there.
yeah, they're there, but I've not like I don't know. Yeah, the internet is toxic, but you don't like with Discord. It's not like it just puts you into that. You kind of go into it yourself, and then you can get out of it whenever you want. It's not like
Yeah,
and usually when people are like using Discord, they're kind of just setting up their own servers or just using like
yeah,
one on one or just with their small group. It's never like you're just in like a server you don't know anyone in, unless
yeah.
that's what you want. Um,
But at
which
that point, if you're just jumping around from server to server, I would assume you're like savvy enough to like
yeah,
recognize that toxicity.
yeah,
Um, Dave also mentioned It Takes Two being the best thing EA's put out in years. I agree.
agreed,
Um,
agreed. Game of the year already.
um,
So
and he says something we should touch on is EA might stop being a turd company and finally redeem themselves. We'll have to wait and see, man.
they've been on an
Clay,
upswing lately.
they have. Clay was saying that you're usually douchebags that occasionally publish a good game, and you can say that with a ton of companies. I think with EA though, it's skewed more towards the douchebag side, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But as Dave pointed out with the Mass Effect trilogy remaster and It Takes Two, EA might be on the right path.
Well,
They might be pulling a
even before,
Capcom.
even with like just letting Respawn do whatever the fuck they wanted with Apex
Oh
Legends
yeah, that
and seeing
too.
how well that succeeded, they're like, "Oh, maybe we should maybe we should be more hands off kind of." And they're starting to kind of just let things happen.
And
So,
Clay also mentioned Jedi Fallen Order. That's another thing I
yeah.
forgot that EA put that. It was such a quality game. I forgot EA put it out.
And
Like,
the other Star Wars game, the the TIE Fighter one. I
oh,
forget
I
what it's
forgot
called.
about that. Yeah,
Rogue
Rogue
Squadron.
Squadron. Yeah, Dave's mentioned they might be up for a redemption story, and I hope so. Like, Capcom kind of had one a while ago when they started. I think it started with a Monster Hunter World. They started put no, the I want to say the Resident Evil 2 remake and Monster Hunter World. They started putting out these like great games
Yeah.
without bullshit. So hopefully, EA pulls a Capcom and like gets some trust back. We'll have to wait and see, man. Um, my big concern is they keep this going, and I want to see some fucking quality. I want BioWare to do BioWare shit. That's my big thing. I want BioWare to do BioWare shit. Stop holding
Yeah.
back BioWare. Fucking fuck Anthem. Give me KOTOR 2 if you can, or KOTOR 3 if you can, or a KOTOR remake. Um, yeah, Dave mentioned RE2 remake, DMC5, Monster Hunter, all stuff that Capcom did to pull themselves out of their shit mire. Hopefully EA can do the same thing. But we'll see, man. They do seem to be on the upswing, but I'm holding my cards close to my chest on that, but we'll see. Um, we also got an update on Tom Clancy's The Division universe. Those of you who don't know, there was a free-to-play Division game coming out, right, called Heartland. Or am I making
Yeah.
that up?
Yeah. Well, I guess what I didn't know about this was that there's a Division universe. Like, they've got their own, like, MCU just for the Division. I mean, I didn't even realize Division was that popular, but turns out they've got a mobile game coming. They've got the Heartland free to play game. There's a novel coming out. And there's also a Netflix film coming.
I didn't know about
Um,
that. That's really interesting.
so yeah, they're pushing Division hard, I guess.
I mean, if they can push it, man, if people like it, I've never played Division. It didn't really interest me when it came out. But I say if you got into it, man, more power to you. Like if
It's
that's
actually those games are actually pretty damn good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh shit.
they're pretty
Okay.
damn good. It's like
I have to look at them.
you know how bad Outriders is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Outriders but good.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out then. So hopefully, I mean, if this project is enough to like get something fucking cool, I say more power to them, man. If they got
Wait
the
a minute.
money to back it up.
Hold on. Clay disagrees with what I just said.
Oh shit. Well, you guys argue about that. I'm gonna pee, but you guys go back and forth. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
All right, Clay, go on. Wait, should I get you in here? Do you want to get in here, Clay, and argue your should we do a caller uh should we get the callers in here now? Toyf is in here. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get Clay in here. I think we have to be friends to get I don't think we're friends on Discord, but I want you to get in here and fight for fight for Outriders. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. This is unprecedented. We've never done this before. All right. Here we go. All right. I see you. I can't hear you though. All right. You said 1 second. This is unprecedented. Toy was in here. Never catch you streaming. Uh my schedule is changing. I'm gonna be streaming at nights now. Um Hopefully like every night I can do
Back
streaming.
bitches.
All
So what did I
right.
miss? Is Division good or does it suck?
Um Trying to get Clay in here.
Why are we getting
But
him on? Oh, I forgot to mention. Clay did say earlier that the KOTOR remake is happening, according to rumors, just out by BioWare. Honestly, at this point, I just want a KOTOR remake.
someone told me actually, someone told me there's one on mobile now.
It's not a remake; it's a port.
Is it a port? Because
Yeah.
they told me it was like they made some enhancements.
I mean, it's got better stability and slightly better graphical fidelity, but it's the same game. It's not like a new game or anything.
Huh. All right.
All right. Can you hear me
Yo,
now?
Yo.
yeah, but I hear myself though.
Yeah, we're echoing a little bit in the background. Oh shit, Jade Empire's on mobile too.
Is it
Can you
really?
guys hear me now?
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at the Apple Store right now. Jade Empire's on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right, so Division, is it good or does it suck?
First off, how you guys doing? It's been a while.
It's good, man.
Good.
It's good. Just moved into my new apartment, so other than that, that fucking sucked. Moving sucks, but I'm cool now.
Moving is the worst, dude.
Dude, I hate it. I flat out told my wife, like, dude, we're staying here for a couple of years. I don't want to fucking do that again.
Yeah. Moving is never fun. Wasabi, when's the last time you played Outriders? Was it when it first launched and it was broken?
No, it was before it launched in the
Yeah,
beta,
yeah.
and I was like, they are confident releasing this beta because this game is terrible.
Okay. First off, you like Death Stranding, so we still have that elephant in the room.
Oh, come on. That game is
God.
it's a work of art. I like it as the art piece that it is,
There's
not as the
still-
game it is.
The colossal elephant of horrible video game in the room. So there's that. So why did Outriders suck?
Oh, where do I begin, man? Like the story was absolutely atrocious. I mean, there was just like you get whiplash between them trying to be serious and trying to be funny, and I just didn't know what they were going for. The way the game is designed was very reminiscent of something you'd expect from a PS3 game. Just hallways and corridors and rooms. The powers are really cool. I enjoyed the powers. Those are really cool. Very short cooldown on the powers. You can just whip those out whenever you want it. And that's about all I liked about it.
Okay. I like whipping it out whenever I want to.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. I went into Outriders expecting a better version of Destiny, and that's what I got. Because
okay.
you could say like take all the boring gameplay of Halo and put it into a looter shooter, and then you have Destiny. But if you were to take all of the fast-paced, fun action of Gears of War and do the same treatment, and then you get Outriders.
Or Remnant. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. But I was like, that actually was not bad. Like it was exactly what I expected it to be. The Division. Are you really talking about storyline and then you say words like The Division? Like,
yeah, but Division, I could like throw the story away and still have a very fun game to play.
I would say The Division, although
like Division wasn't bad enough to where like I laughed out loud at how bad it was. Whereas Outriders, I'm like, there's no way that they made a cutscene just for me to jump over this bridge and then load into the next area. Or you know,
honestly, I don't know why they did that, and I have a theory. So I'm playing it on the PS5 with a few buddies of mine, where there are really no load screens. I'm thinking the transitional cutscene like that are to buffer loadings for like the older consoles, and they just left them in.
Ah.
Okay.
That
I'm
makes sense.
assuming that's what it is because you can instantly skip those cutscenes on the PS5 or the Series X, and it goes right into the next scene.
But
That
there's
makes
still there's
sense.
like games like GTA 5 came out on PS3.
Mhm.
Metal Gear Solid 5 came out on PS3.
Yeah.
Like these games are doing so much more and are doing it very well on these old consoles. Whereas I play Outriders, and I'm like, what? Like I can't believe that this game is made this way. It just felt so antiquated.
I would say, okay, so looking at, if you do a comparison with both, you have Division and Outrider. They're both
Yeah,
third person cover based shooters. One of them has superpowers, and the other has like tactical
tech,
breaching grenadey stuff.
drones and shit. Yeah.
Drones. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I've already reached the end game of Outriders, and I still think it's enjoyable to play. Not like I'm not a big looter shooter fan, so I really have to have my buddies be like, "Hey, man, let's jump in real quick," and then I will. Division, I think in both games combined, I played about 3 hours, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. This is a very carbon copy, like shooter experience thing that it's like, oh yeah, you can level up your gear and you can loot or shoot and all this stuff." And I'm like, yeah, this is not interesting at all. And then I think I put about an hour and a half in each game. And when like Division 2 came out, I was like, oh, so it's the exact same game with a new environment. Got it. Like this is a very cookie cutter, like third person shooter. Got it. At least Outriders gives you, like set people on fire and debuffs, and you can mix and match your special powers and talent trees.
I do like the powers and like the skill trees and the way like the weapon augments tie into your abilities as well. Like, all that stuff is cool, but
Mhm.
then you have to play the game, and it's just like, oh,
Uh, by the way, just want to catch up on your chat here with
yeah. You want to
Dave
join us for the
Davenport,
rest of this?
with YouTube's David Davenport. Best game of the last 5 years. Death Stranding's not even a game. You just walk. That's
Oh my
it.
god, here we go.
You just
I've
walk.
been waiting for this to happen.
You just walk around. That's it. Hey, I'm going to grab some packages. I'm going to go walk.
It's genius though. I just love that they made a game that is subverts all the expectations of what a game should be. It's the same thing that I talk about with Yoko Taro and like the Nier series. Like it subverts the expectations of a video. Like, this is a video game, and here's why you can't fast travel, because here's why the map sucks. Is because fuck you, that's why. Like, that's all the explanation it needs.
Do you remember when we were first having this conversation and I was like, but it's not even fun? And you said, well, video games don't have to be fun.
They don't have to be fun.
And if it's not fun, get the hell out of here. All right? Video games are supposed to be enjoyable.
Do you
If I have no intelligence or emotions, yeah, who needs emotions? Okay. Like, I don't really care about that. Intelligence, look, I am a Hideo Kojima fanboy, okay? Like, I am a Metal Gear diehard simp, okay? All day. Death Stranding was like taking this genius game designer, and then he hands you a trash can, and it's like, here's my newest masterpiece. And you go, wow, I guess there is no perfect.
That's why it's genius though. That's why it is genius.
I guess there is no such thing as flawless game designers, because this is a horrendous turd of an experience.
Kojima's always done that though. Like when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, he kept the fact that you weren't playing a snake in it a secret up until the game came out, and that pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, but you also had a lot of people who loved it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people like Death Stranding. It got a lot of positive press, despite the fact that it wasn't a fun game, traditionally fun.
I would never say that game is a good game, but the experience.
There you go.
The
Not
experience.
a good game.
The experience it provides. The experience it provides is more memorable than most other games that I've played that are a good game, that are just good games, but the experience is forgettable. This had a
You
very
literally just
memorable
said it was not a
experience.
good. You literally just said it was not a good game.
Right. But it's a phenomenal experience.
It's not. I even watched the 27-hour YouTube video just to get the story out of it because I refused to keep playing it. And even at the end of it, I was like, wow, this is Kojima's worst story he's ever written. This is horrible. I'm so happy I didn't spend 80 hours on this.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, we've got the rest of the show to do. Do you want to join us for the rest of this? I'm gonna
Up to
send you
guys. You're
if you
driving
want.
this. If you want
If
an
you
occasional
want.
comment, I'll be happy to throw something in. This is your show. Run with it.
Dave was saying you have no intelligence or emotions.
I know. I saw that. I thought it was hilarious.
It depends on what you want out of a game. Like if you want an experience, or do you want just bright colors and shoot things and that dopamine to your brain? I guess it depends on what you want out of your game.
I want fun. I want gameplay.
And that's
I want.
fine.
Look,
I'm not even this like Call of Duty bang bang shoot 'em up guy. One of my favorite games of the past like 15 years, Papers, Please. Like
okay,
as far away as you can get from my normal, Metal Gear, GTA, stuff like that. Love that game. Why? Because it was a unique gaming experience and it was fun.
yeah, but you also don't like Outer Wilds, which is, in my opinion, the greatest game ever made. But
because it wasn't fun.
That's the problem. Is you got these preconceived notion that video games need to be fun, but there's so much more experiences to be had from a video game that's just beyond the fun factor.
Just this whole this whole pattern concept of like just the walking simulator. It's like, yeah, no, like I play video games to play video games. If I want to read a book, I'll read a book. If I want a visual novel game, I'll play Phoenix Wright.
There's experiences you can't get from just there's video games that you can make that only can offer that experience in the form of a video game. Like if they made Death Stranding into a movie, it would not offer the same experience. If they made it into a novel, it would not offer the same experience. If it was an
It'd probably be
album,
better because it would only be 2 hours long. And then
Oh my god.
okay, well, we've got the rest of the show to do.
Let's have a post show about what video games should be. Let's finish up this one. Jesus Christ.
You keep going. Your show, man.
That's fucking phenomenal. Jesus Christ. Dave was making some of the same arguments you were with Sabi. Artistic expressionism is a real thing in video games. And an active experience is a whole different world. I agree. I think games can be more than just fun. But that's not a discussion I want to have right now. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, right. We just finished up with the Division. So former Epic and Blizzard veterans joining forces to create Lightforge Games. A totally new gaming studio. And if you check out their website, it says that they are a new all-remote studio of industry veterans on a quest to change how the world plays RPGs.
Yeah, all remote is interesting because I don't know. I'm sure there's other studios that do that, but not many of them advertise that point so prominently. That's interesting. I like to highlight these like new studio openings just in case there's anyone out there that's trying to get into games dev. They have career opportunities open, so they're looking for animators and artists and community managers. So
which is really cool to me to see that, because I'm not a big Blizzard fan, as people know. I'm not really big into Blizzard. But I do love me some Diablo. So if I can get something similar to that, coming out of this, something really cool, or just a new RPG in general. Like I love RPGs, so if I get something new coming out of that, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, and I don't recognize any of the names here, so I don't know if any of these guys have lineage in like Diablo 2, you know, the games that you love. Uh, but you know, there's some names here, and they claim to be veterans. So,
So,
but
Rick, what about like PoE? If you're just like a big Diablo fan, what about something
I've
like that? With
I've brought this up with him. He's not. We played it a little bit,
Played a
but
little bit. Now I was really into like what it was offering. I got to dump more time into it, but I really did like what I was playing. Like there's a lot of potential there. Just looking at like all the freedom it gives me to build up my character how I want, I'm like, ooh, I can do some stupid shit, and I'm excited to play it more. I will get into it more. I will, but I'm just playing so many games right now. I don't have the time to invest into PoE as much as I want.
I hear it.
I think once Path of Exile 2 comes out, that's when I'll get heavy into that. Just the whole thing, because I keep every time I get into Path of Exile, when like whatever new season comes out, I like fall off pretty quick.
Dude,
Um,
I'm similar with Diablo. Every time a new season drops for Diablo, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my life for the next couple weeks, and I won't play anything else. And it's a problem I have, and I haven't found anything that quite scratches that itch. And I know it's all dopamine. Like I know there's nothing like really substantial behind what I'm getting out of it. It's
yeah.
just my dumb fucking animal brain is like, ooh, numbers going up, things die good. But I'm
Numbers.
into it. After a long day at work, I just get home. I just want to run some rifts and feel like a fucking superhero. And if I can like unlock shit while I'm doing it, that just it's good.
Dude, numbers going
I,
up is like the ultimate dopamine
yeah, dude, it
for
really is. I don't
me.
get enough dopamine in my day to day life, so like to get it from a video game is fucking choice, man. God, I sound so depressed in the way I describe my life. I like my life
Yeah.
otherwise.
Basically, you're just like, yeah, I'm really sad a lot when I'm at home. So
I'm sad. I'm only not sad when I play Diablo. So.
get off that Death Stranding and play some more Diablo.
Oh my God. All jokes aside, though, I do have a happy life, but I like what Diablo gives me. I like the experience I get from Diablo, and something similar that could replicate that. I think the close I've gotten to that is like Borderlands 3 and like Grim Dawn. So,
Yeah.
if Life Force could put up something similar to it, I'd be into it, man. And some other news, hold up, we just got two new DualSense wireless controllers are hitting the shelves starting next month. Um, Hold on, I'm pulling up that page now.
Yeah,
We
they
got
got
Cosmic Red and Midnight Black, which
that
I
black
mean
one looks
looks
baller. Wait,
yeah, it does.
they've shown that before, like before the PS5 came out. They've shown that black one, and people were like, "Oh shit, is there a black PS5 coming out?" No, just the controller.
Yeah, that black one looks dope. I like the way it
Yeah,
looks, and if I could fucking get a hold of a PS5, I'd be really excited. But
I'd buy the controller
uh,
just to use it on
yeah,
PC.
all jokes aside, I don't think I'm gonna be buying a PS5 like anytime soon. Like I got enough. I can get everything I need off PC, so I don't think I need a PS5.
Yeah. I love my Xbox Elite controller. It is absolutely the pinnacle of video game controllers in my opinion.
The
I
Elite,
agree.
Elite V2.
the Elite is fantastic, and I'll also throw a little plug in there for just the regular Series X controller is
Yeah.
just leaps and bounds ahead of what the Xbox One had.
Everyone keeps telling me.
Yeah.
And I want to pick it up. I'm happy with my Elite, so I haven't had to like get anything else. But I mean,
It's very similar. Just I think there's a few extra bells and whistles the Elite has that the Series X doesn't. But the Series X alone is way more advanced than the Xbox One.
that's good to hear. We got those two colors coming out: Midnight Red or Midnight Black and Cosmic Red. Both look sexy as fuck. I do like those colors. Those are cool colors.
I'm not a fan of the red,
Um,
but
I think the red looks cool. I wouldn't buy it, but I can see some people who would like it. Um, this is no. I know I got some trailers. This is what I really want to talk about. We got Game Builder Garage got announced for
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch. This is basically Little Big Planet for the Switch, but even deeper.
Yeah.
I am excited as fuck for this. This looks dope as fuck.
This looks incredible. Again, Nintendo is just showing you how to make video games and letting you make
100%.
video games.
100% agree. This looks amazing.
Yeah, dude. And it sucks because like, Dreams did something similar, and I never picked that up, even though I wanted to. But then this is coming out, and I really, really want to get this. It's not just like, oh, you can make like platformers. No, you're making fucking games. If you want to make
Yeah.
whatever game you want, you can do it, and I love that.
David brings up Dreams, and that my thing about Dreams, it's the same problem I had with Little Big Planet, is that they have very powerful tools, but the learning curve is just way too steep for most people, including me. The learning curve is just way too steep. What I like about this is that it is extremely simple. I mean, I can just look at this and go, "Oh, I know exactly what I would do with this. I know exactly what kind of game I would make with this." And just if they learned anything from like Mario Maker 1 and 2, because they've already done it twice now, is that those tools in those games were incredibly intuitive, intuitive, and this just seems like a step further. So
Yeah, man.
that's why I'm more excited about this, because I know that they know how to make those tools.
And I'm excited for it too, especially since like I just want to see what the community does with it, dude. Like if the community's strong with it, you can get some cool shit. You can play it forever, just seeing all the new shit people put out. Um, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for that to come out. That comes out in June, so I'll probably be picking it up day one if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It looks like a blast. Um,
I will say, just to echo what you're saying there, Rick, I'm super excited to see what the community is going to make about this. But to go back to the other point about Dreams or even Little Big Planet before that, they're not as popular. You're going to see some cool things in Dreams. You're going to see some cool things in Little Big Planet, but you're going to get 10% of what people are going to make with Mario Maker and now this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like these levels are going to make headlines. You're going to see people making really cool stuff out of this.
Yeah.
When somebody could recreate Skyrim using Dreams, and it would be like a page 4 article.
That's true. This is gonna do some cool shit, and I can't wait to see what gets done with it. And community backing is the biggest part of it, but I don't think it'll be a problem. With a site like what you said, Mario Maker, like the attention that got, I don't think we're gonna have a problem with community backing here or attention here. God, it looks dope. I can't wait. In other Nintendo news, we did get a look at Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, I'm not white, so I don't play golf. But I fucking tried. Wow. I don't like golf, dude. I fucking don't like golf. And
wow.
Jokes aside. I don't play golf. I'm not interested in golf, but this looks like it might be fun. But
the actual golf isn't the fun thing about golf. It's the everything around the golfing is the fun part.
Getting fucked up and driving a golf cart.
Yeah,
I can do that at home. I got a car and beer at home. I can do that here. I have to subscribe to a fucking golf range to do it. But no, even Dave is like, golf is lame. Like,
but that's not what Nintendo takes, like things that you would not have fun with and makes them fun. Like all of their sports games are incredibly fun, even if you have no idea how to play that sport.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm being facetious when I say that. I don't think this game's gonna be bad. This game looks like fun, but it's just the stigma behind the golf aspect of it is gonna keep me from trying it out.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, but just to say that, yeah, Nintendo knows how to make, here's that crazy word, fun games. Right? So if it's golf, if it's soccer, if it's Mario Tennis, baseball, whatever it is, you're usually going to have a lot of fun playing it, even if you hate sports, which I am right in that camp.
Yeah.
I'm not a big sports nut myself. I like baseball. I like watching baseball games, but only like at a stadium. I don't think it's fun watching baseball on TV. But that's as far as like my sports knowledge goes or my sports enthusiasm goes. This looks cool. I could definitely see an audience for this though. Just I'm not in that audience.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. There's some funny shit in here. The special dashes look really cool. The way you can just like knock people over as you're running from like court to or you're running from hole to hole look really neat. But I'm gonna skip it. But I can see some people having fun with it. Um, we also got to look at New World. This is an Amazon Prime game, right? This is like one of the only games that survived their. They had a whole
Yeah.
plan to release all these games. This is the only one that survived, right?
Yeah.
And
Um,
surprise, it's a multiplayer survival game. Like we don't have enough of those. Or is it an RP? Or is it an MMO? I
well,
don't fucking know. What am
it's
I
an
looking at?
MMO. It's an MMO,
Okay.
but it has like survival, you know, crafting and looting and building and shit like that. Um, some people got an uproar about their like cash shop, which I didn't
Oh
really
yeah.
look much into, but I'm like, it's fine if the game's free. I don't know if they've said if this game's gonna be free or not, but if it's free, I'm totally fine with paying for like cosmetics. If it's purely cosmetic, what PSO2 does, and it works fine for that. And then you can even if you buy stuff in the cash shop, you can flip them on the in-game shop for like in-game currency. So you can
Ooh,
still even if you don't buy anything with real money, you can just go in the in-game shop and buy it with the in-game money because people put those items in there. So I mean, I think that's a good balance. And I don't know if this game's going to do that, but we'd have
we'll
to
have to wait and
see.
see. It's funny to me to see that they had these big plans to jump into the game industry, and this is the only thing that survived. I think that's funny to me. I got a fucked up sense of humor though. We'll have to wait and see what they do with it.
Yeah,
If it makes waves, it gets a lot of attention. But historically speaking, fucking MMOs are really hard to carve into. That's a market that's really hard to get into. And even a company as big as Amazon, I still think they got their work cut out for them trying to compete with like FF14, the Knights of the Republic MMO, and God, World of Warcraft is still going. So good luck fucking trying to break that.
yeah. And David says in the chat that they are doing XP bonuses, and you have to pay for fast travel.
Ugh, not a
Interesting.
good start.
No thanks.
Not a good start. Um, we'll wait and see. I mean, I don't want to be negative about it, but you know, historically speaking, new developers trying to carve into the MMO market haven't been successful. Um, Now this next trailer is something I put in here because I'm excited for this. We got a standalone Chun-Li trailer for the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid game.
Ooh,
Uh, about a month ago, we got announced that Ryu and Chun-Li were coming. This is a showcase of Chun-Li, and it shows off some cool shit. We got to see her blue Phoenix Ranger outfit, which looks fucking dope. What is it about Power Ranger that looks so fucking cool, dude? Like,
it's like that mix of like Chinese uh aesthetics and also just like the cyber Power Ranger aesthetic.
yes, dude, I love it. It looks fucking awesome. There's also a look at an alternate skin, Angel Grove Class of '93. They announced them at that for Ryu, but basically, they're normal day clothes skins for Ryu and Chun Li that look really neat. Um, this looks cool. Those of you who weren't here for that podcast, I did pick up Battle for the Grid a while ago, and it is one of the funnest, like easy to pick up fighting games I've played in a very long time. The combo system is really easy to get a grasp of. There's a lot of fun little mechanics that make pulling together combos really easy and satisfying.
Does this play like Killer Instinct? It looks like Killer Instinct at
It's
like
not as hard. It doesn't have as hard a combo system as Killer Instinct does, but it does
okay.
have. It plays. I want to say it plays more like Marvel vs. Capcom,
Okay.
but the combos
That's what I would.
are loose enough that you can do a lot of stupid shit with this game. Like
Yeah.
the bullshit I've seen people pull off is insane,
Yeah.
especially at that
Picture
level play.
picture Street Fighter, but with the assist system of Marvel.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
but what I love about the assist system, here's something that's really cool. Um, I believe with Marvel versus Capcom, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you tag in somebody to assist you. You can either tag them in to swap out or tag them in to assist. You can't do both. With this, it's one button to have your assist partner come in and attack, and you can switch over to them at any point during that animation, as long as they're still on screen. So with that freedom, you can do some stupid shit where you swap to you have the character come in, do a move, and in the middle of their move, switch to them and keep a combo going. Like I've seen some really crazy stuff with this, and I've fucked around with the training mode and done some crazy stuff too. It's a lot of fun. Dave was saying that it actually looks really dope. He hasn't seen any of that footage until now. That's great. I love turning people on to shit they've never seen before. The Power Rangers fighting game is great. If you have Game Pass, it's available on Game Pass, but honestly, the DLC characters really add a lot to the game. I recommend picking it up with the DLC characters if you can afford it. I'm excited. Ryu and Chun-Li are dropping May 25th. I'll probably be picking that up when that drops. It looks... I'm a fucking slut for Street Fighter, so anytime Street Fighter's involved with something, my eyes are on it, and I'm gonna pick this up for sure. But go play Power Rangers.
All right.
We also got to look at Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, the newest FF14 expansion. I am so out of the loop, dude. I don't play FF14. Dave said he's heading out later, man. It's good seeing you again.
Peace out.
Bye, Dave. Death Stranding sucks.
I've been so out of FF14. I try to get into it, man. I'm not an MMO guy at all. Like I've tried on multiple occasions. I tried picking up the Old Republic MMO, and if Star Wars can't do it, I don't think anything's gonna get me in MMOs.
I love that game.
I've tried, man. I wanted to like it, but I couldn't.
So good. Yeah, love that game.
The Star Wars MMO?
Yeah, Old Republic, man, that game was awesome.
Man, you really like hate everything that, or you love everything that most people seem to hate.
Why is the game still going today then? What?
Well, they had to go free to play.
Like
it's still going strong, I think, but
it is still going strong. And they're still releasing new content for it.
Yeah, it's the only currently active like non-canon Star Wars media out there. Like anything else that's non-canon is not currently in development. That's the only non-canon Star Wars anything that's still being worked on.
It's just it's one of those games that it's like low key buzz. It's like you have no idea it's still popular until you start looking into it.
Yeah, definitely. It's not hitting the same numbers as like FF14 or WoW, but it's still getting enough attention. People like it, and I've tried. I might try to get into it again, but I don't know. Endwalker FF14 though, this new expansion, it's a bunch of story stuff, which looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but I don't fucking know anything about the story, so I can't tell you what's going on here.
This game is incredibly good, but
yeah, everyone tells me, and I've tried to get into it too.
It's one of the in a world where most MMOs are coming out now and they're free to play. This one still has a subscription. It's like it is worth a subscription, but it's hard to justify paying for an MMO when so many quality ones are out now for free.
And that was part of my problem. I tried getting into it. In fact, before I met my wife, there's this girl I was talking to that got me into the MMO, and I still couldn't get into it, even with her dangling a carrot, so to speak. I still couldn't get into this, so I think I'm just not an MMO guy, man.
PSO2, it's a good hybrid.
I'll give it a try. I'm always willing to try. A lot of talk. I have a lot of friends who are into FF14, and there's a lot of buzz around one of the new classes, the Reaper class, like a scythe wielding class. I know a lot of people are really excited for that and some of the new class upgrades that they're getting, but I can't go into detail about it. Endwalker set to release pretty soon. What's the release date for that? Hold on. Fall 2021. So, if you're an FF14 fan, there's nothing I can say to change your mind on it. You're gonna pick it up either way.
Yeah.
So have fun with that. You can pick that up when it drops in fall. We got a final trailer for the FF7 remake Intergrade. Which, if we can talk about this for a minute,
Sure.
I'm kind of upset with how this is going, and I'm not surprised with how it's going. So Intergrade is like an inner. It's like a. It's like the Half-Life 2 Episode 1 thing. It's an in between story between FF7 remake and the second part of FF7 remake. It introduces Yuffie to the game, and a lot of people are excited to see that. But they didn't. They announced some time ago that it's going to be a while before the second part of FF7 comes out, and that is going to be next gen exclusive. So if you invested all this time buying this game and this content on your PS4 or Xbox One, you are going to have to buy a new system to continue that story. Which I'm not surprised
Yeah,
by, but
but
that sucks for everybody who wasn't planning to buy it for a while.
it's still a ways off, I think,
Yeah.
especially with how this game ends. You're like, okay, this is gonna be a ways off. uh,
Didn't they also, when they first announced Integrate a few months ago, didn't they also say that your save file would not transfer to the PS5?
It will if you bought the game, but if you were like me and downloaded off PlayStation Plus, it
Oh,
would.
yeah. Well,
Your save file would transfer, but you have to buy the game over again. I think they allow like a free upgrade to PS5.
oh, is it? Okay, because I was like, I already went through this on the PS4, and sorry, Final Fantasy fans out there, if I have to play through that entire game again just to get Integrate, I'm not playing it. That's just too much. That's
wait
like
a minute. What
that's
am I
like
looking
60
at
more
here?
hours.
Oh, that's the
Hold
new
on.
little mini game they announced for Intergrade.
Like Dota Auto Chess?
Kind of.
Okay. Well,
So it's like a little board game in the world of FF7 that they introduced into Intergrade. It looks interesting. It looks like a fun little diversion, little side quest to play around with.
it's like Triple Triad.
Yeah, like Triple Triad. Um, all in all, FF7 looks great. Like the FF7 remakes look fantastic. I haven't played anything after that first demo they released, even though I have it on my PS4. Honestly, I think I'm just waiting for like a PC release, just an ultimate PC release with
Yep.
everything on it. Then I'll probably jump into it.
Yep.
It was good. Final Fantasy
Everyone
7
tells
was
me
good.
that.
Yeah, it was good. I'm
It's
not
good.
a lifelong Final Fantasy fan, so I didn't look into it as like this is the greatest game of all time, like a lot of fans did. But it was good.
Yeah, and when I played it, the demo was fun. I think I'm just gonna wait for like I said, like an omnibus ultimate edition with everything, or
Definitely
like
gonna
a
happen.
PC release at least.
Did you go through that, Masani?
What?
7 remake? Did you go through that?
Oh yeah. I played through that.
Oh, that's right. I think I watched you stream a couple of those. That's right.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
a good game.
it was good.
I wish it was more. I wish the combat system was better. I wish they went
So
one way or the other way.
yeah, and my big gripe with it is the combat system. At least from the beta, it was trying so hard to like lean both ways. It
Yeah.
wants to be like a turn-based RPG and an action game, but it didn't have anything simple like animation canceling or dodge canceling to make it like feel like an action game. So anytime I
Yeah.
selected a move, I was stuck with that animation. I felt like shit, especially considering I was playing Devil May Cry 5 at the time. So going
Yeah.
from that to this it was an obvious downgrade in gameplay experience and combat feedback. Um I've heard they tweaked it a bit for the main game, but not that much. And that's another thing that's kind of holding me back from it. But I'll probably pick it up if they release like a PC version, something I can play and
Yeah.
have it on the same machine.
I will definitely buy this game again when it hits PC. When it hits PC, because it's definitely gonna happen. Trends, the way they've been trending, they've been like releasing all their stuff on PC and not telling you they're gonna do it, but they do it.
Yeah. And some more news. We got a look at Biomutant, which fans of the channel know we've been following this for a while. That's also dropping May 25th, same day as the Power Rangers DLC for
I'm gonna grab
Power Rangers.
my. I ordered some KFC and I'm gonna go pick it up real quick.
All right, cool. I'll talk about
Just right
Biomutant a little
outside.
bit.
All right.
Yeah, that comes out May 25th. Those of you who don't know, we basically talk about this every time they announce something. Biomutant started out as like an open world action game, and it kind of developed some Breath of the Wild influences as the game continued. I think Biomutant looks fucking incredible.
Agreed.
This looks like a lot of fun. It's
I've had
got
the.
yeah,
I'm a GameFly subscriber, so
yeah,
like because I play a ton of games and I like to not pay $60 for everyone.
yeah.
And yeah, I've had this on my GameFly list since it was announced like 3 years ago. And it's like, oh, hey, it's finally coming out. Now I can actually play this game. This looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, dude. I can't wait. I've been following it for a couple years either, back when it was when they just basically showed off some minor gameplay and that's it. And they had that gap where they didn't talk about it at all.
Right.
Um I'm into it. I like the new Breath of the Wild influences they showed off with it. I like the character customization. I like the combat system. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait for this to come out. Again, it's dropping May 25th for pretty much everything. I don't know if I'm able to pick it up day one because again, new apartment, moving, expensive, so I might not have the money to do it for a while.
Yeah.
But this looks
Oh, and
phenomenal.
this is not a Series X PS5 game. This is an Xbox One PS4 game.
Yes, I keep forgetting next gen systems are a thing, even though nobody can get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looked like fun though. I really want to pick it up. When I do pick it up, it'll probably be on PC, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, God, this looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Mhm.
They also announced a character creation trailer too that looks really interesting. Just there's so much customization to how your character looks, and that affects all your stats. I like it a lot. Um, I can't wait. I can't wait for this game to come out. Oh, there's Sabi showing off the gameplay trailer. Yeah, you can there's
Yeah.
a slider to customize your character's appearance, and that affects your stats. So if you make his head bigger, that increases your intelligence, but lowers some other physical stats. If you make him more physically fit or bigger, that lowers his intelligence and more mental stats. It looks really cool, man. I really like this. I like games that let me just do whatever I want with my character and build them however I want. And
Yeah.
this game does it. Um,
Max loot and charisma. Got it.
I can't wait, dude. Shit, I can't wait. Um, how's your KFC, Sabi?
You just get the bowl. That's the only thing worth getting at KFC. I think I got the chicken sandwich too. And then here's what I didn't realize: they have their own Mountain Dew flavor. Did you know about this? You're not a Mountain Dew
I
fan.
did not know that. I'm not a Mountain Dew
Uh,
fan either, but I didn't know they had their own
like
flavor.
Taco Bell has their own flavor, but KFC has their own flavor. It's like an
I didn't know
iced
that.
tea. I forget what it's called.
They're both owned by the same company, which also owns Pepsi, so that makes sense.
Oh, well, that does make sense. But yeah, just got the bowl and a sandwich and I think some fries.
And some other news, we got a trailer for well, not a trailer. We already saw a trailer, but we got a gameplay overview for Necromunda Hired Gun, which takes place in the Warhammer universe. I found out, so that's
Yeah.
cool. I am not a Warhammer guy at all. There's too much fucking lore there for me to get into.
But like this
But
looks fucking
looks
good.
phenomenal. Oh, I know, dude. I don't know where. I think we talked about this when we saw this trailer. I don't know where this resurgence with run and gun, like bunny hop shooters came from, like really in your face shooters.
Yeah,
But I'm glad it's here.
we're realizing that this was good all along. And
Yeah.
like fuck Call of Duty, give me back my Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, dude, like this looks fucking phenomenal. And it's got a bunch of Doom vibes from it, so I'm excited. We also got this in Shadow Warrior 3's coming out too. Like this is gonna be a good year for shooters, man. This looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait. There's so much shit you can do, so many abilities you have, and ways you can fight. And the shooting looks like a lot of fun. It's really visceral. People blow up and get what's the term? Gibbed. You know what I'm
Jib.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, gibbed.
I've always heard gamer, but
I've
I
heard
don't know if
either
there's
way.
actually a real word for that.
Well, it's like short for like giblets, I think.
Giblets, yeah.
Yeah. But I think people just pronounce it. I don't think it really matters. I prefer saying gib, but I know it is jib.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks fucking badass. So I will probably definitely be playing this. So
Yeah, dude, same. This and Shadow Warrior 3 are both on my wish list. I can't wait till this comes out. We also got to look at Tactical Breach Wizards, which
um
I've never fucking heard of this until I saw this trailer.
neither did I until I put this trailer in here. And the reason I put this in here, you know me, as soon as I see the word tactic in a title, I'm out. But
Uh,
this this looks
Tactical
incredible.
espionage action, bro.
Oh, but that's different though. That's different.
How is that
This
different?
this is so weird. It's like XCOM, but with like this weird like military fantasy thing with
It's
automatic
XCOM.
rifles.
It's XCOM, but if it had a rewind feature, and if you could see what happens in the future. So the whole premise of this game, which is why I like it, is because you're setting stuff up and then seeing how it plays out and then going, "Oh no, wait, if I put this guy here and then set him up to do this, when I push this guy here, he's going to do this and then this is going to happen and then that happens um and then you just see how it plays out and then you rewind and then set it up exactly how you need it. So that's kind of what this guy is walking through. This developer doing like a walkthrough of how he's setting everything up here. He's placing all his characters in very specific points and then setting them up to do very specific things. So like right here, he's setting up this laser across there so that when his other character uses his attack that pushes him back, he falls into his other character's laser and then he fires and then he takes two guys out at once in one turn. But then I think he rewinds even that and goes, no, wait, we can do this better. And then he just keeps doing it until he gets like the perfect turn. And then he lets the enemy get their turn. So it's like super tactics, but what if you could see and rewind and just set up the perfect turn, which is really cool.
So, if I could just point something out here, like
Yeah.
I'm certain some people are going to see this as some like genius way of doing tactical gameplay, but all I'm seeing is this is the guy playing the super hard NES games on an emulator with save states.
Sure.
Not
Yeah.
wrong. Not wrong. This looks like fun though. Like I really like this. I like the aesthetic to it. This idea of like magical wizards with like fucking assault rifles and tactical gear is really funny to me.
Yeah.
Um, this looks cool. I would have never heard about this game if you haven't put this up, so thank you for that.
That's what this whole segment's for. There's more. It
We
gets
also,
better. You know, I put the
oh
best
yeah,
shit at the bottom, so.
oh yeah. We is there more for this Breach Wizards or do we move on to the next?
No. The next thing.
All right, now this is something I don't know why it exists, but I'm glad it does. We got Super Mario 64 with ray tracing, which is probably the dictionary definition of like unnecessary, but
Yeah.
goddamn, that is so funny. Like,
But
it's
so
amazing
like
how just that little change. I don't see any changes to the textures, but just a simple thing like ray tracing can make the game look so much better.
yeah. And I think this came from like a while ago, like they decompiled the source code and then they came out with a PC version and then Nintendo was like, don't do that. But I mean, once shit's out, it's out. Um, so that just led to people just figuring out just all kinds of stuff for this game. And it's just awesome. I just love seeing this type of stuff.
Yeah, dude, me too. It's really funny to see something like that. The dedication that goes with that is hilarious. Good on them, though. You know, they had a project, they stuck with it. We also got a look at some game releases. So today we have Arcea coming out for the Nintendo Switch. It's a rhythm game, not too dissimilar to oh god, what's that fucking game? Oh god, there's a game that looks just like this. It's actually a much older like rhythm game. Harmonix made it. You know what I'm talking about?
Boys in the Hood.
Oh, that's your fucking every fucking time. I don't know
Exactly.
why I asked.
Exactly. Boys in the Hood. That's exactly what it is.
God, this
You
is
knew
gonna
it.
fucking bog me. This is gonna bog me.
I'd have to see what it is. I don't know what we're looking at yet.
I don't know
I just see,
either.
like-
I did put these in last minute. This is the last thing I do. Usually I put the trailers and everything, but
Here we go. Amplitude. It reminds me of Amplitude.
oh, okay. Actually is a game that's exactly like this, but I forget what it's called.
But yeah,
Voez, which is also on Switch, but you don't know what that is, so I'm gonna not
I
talk
don't know
about
what that
it.
is. Good. This looks. I mean, it's a rhythm game, dude. It's a Japanese rhythm game. If you weren't already sold on it, nothing I'm gonna say can change your mind. Um,
Looks like it
I mean, it
actually
looks cool. I'm
uses
sure that
the touchscreen, which not many Switch
yeah,
games do.
yeah, which makes me wonder how that's gonna work in TV mode if it does at all.
It does. It probably won't.
Yeah. We'll have to see, man. It looks really interesting. I'm sure there's a market for this game. I'm not in it, but I'm sure there's some people who are excited for this game to come out.
I know a dude who is going to be eating this up.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like I know people who all they do, like their entire jam in video games is rhythm stuff. Like this is going to be right.
I really like rhythm games, but I like a specific kind of rhythm game.
There's this like cult around rhythm games, dude, that I didn't know existed. Like,
yeah,
they're like dedicated rhythm game fans who strictly play rhythm games. I didn't know those types of people existed.
make them pay Parappa or Jammer Lammy, and then they'll give up.
Exactly.
Also coming out today, we have Days Gone dropping on PC.
Yeah.
Which I've been told wasn't great when it dropped, but after updates and stuff of post-release updates, it's actually a pretty solid game now. And
Maybe.
I'm honestly waiting on Wasabi to say he loved that game because I thought it was boring as hell.
No, this game sucks. This game sucks. I bought it. I bought it on. I've been meaning to like force myself to play through it, but I can't.
I put about hour and a half, 2 hours into it, and then dropped it back in the mail from GameFly because I was like, thank God I didn't pay $60 for this.
Yeah, well, I did.
It was on PS Plus like a month ago, so I'll probably play it when I have the time, but I'm not interested in it. And it's funny because like I like Sam Witwer, like the guy who plays the main character.
Starkiller.
I love Sam Witwer from and his work on Star Wars. I played Starkiller and Force Awakens. Yeah, he played Darth Maul in Clone Wars, and Palpatine in Force Unleashed. People don't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that he was Palpatine. No.
Yeah, he did there's an interview with him like doing the voice, and it's like fucking terrifying. He
does that's awesome.
So well. And I found out in that interview, like, yeah, he voiced Palpatine. He stood in to voice Palpatine for Ian McDermott.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I like seeing him and shit, and that wasn't enough to get me to go buy that game. It's on PC now, so if like you're waiting to pick it up, go ahead and do it. The reviews are like B minus. I've noticed.
Very, as I said before with other things, cookie cutter, open world game. Like, hey, there's zombies. Hey, you're underpowered. Oh, you want a motorcycle? Go collect 800 zombie ears, and I'll give you some tires.
Yeah, it seemed like this game, like when it came out, it was just like too late. It already missed the wave.
Yeah, I'm sure if this game dropped like 2015, 2013, it would have been fine. But
yeah,
came out like what 2019.
It's like, yeah, this is just a very dull game.
Yeah. But I mean, it's out on PC now, so if you want to go and try it. So far, despite the quality of the game, Sony's ports to PC have been pretty good. Like, Horizon Zero
Dawn, it took Horizon a while.
I heard it was pretty broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty broken when it hit PC, but isn't that? I mean, they have a few others now, sure, like Helldivers, but it's like, are there really any big? I gotta play these. Like, thank God they're finally on PC, aside from Horizon.
Not really. I mean, if you want to be technical, Beyond Two Souls, and I think
Oh God,
Heavy
what's
travesty.
Rain
another fucking Heavy Rain are on PC. So like, but I
in
don't really
Detroit.
think those are like must play games. Detroit, yeah, I don't think those are must play games though. I'll tell you what
Kingdom
is a must play
Hearts.
game.
Kingdom
Oh,
Hearts is
Kingdom
on
Hearts,
PC
yeah,
now.
What you're
yeah.
talking about though are just PlayStation exclusive third-party games, though. Those aren't really like the PlayStation Studios brand.
That's true.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else PlayStation Studio that came out on PC. Um,
Like if it was a first party like God of War, Spider-Man, something like that, you would see people losing their minds.
yeah,
Like
that's never gonna
Days
happen,
Gone was just
unfortunately.
like, okay.
Yeah. Um, I'll tell you what is a must play game though. Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Dry Twice.
100%.
I've never played a Leisure Suit Larry game, but that fucking name is phenomenal. Wet
It's a
Dreams
really
Dry
old
Twice.
series. Leisure Suit Larry is a really old school, like back in the 80s, like Sierra point and click adventures type stuff. Usually just tons of crude adult humor, really funny stuff. Nothing to write home about as far as gameplay is concerned, but it's just for the
Yeah.
jokes.
I love that. If the humor is anything, if the title is an indicative of any of the humor in the game, that's like right up my alley. That's really clever wordplay. I love that.
You could get like, if you want to check out the older ones, GOG has them all, and you can
Oh, yeah.
usually get like, I think it's like the first 6 or 7 for like $3 or something like that. It's like they're always on like a crazy sale.
That's not so bad. Okay, that'd be cool to look into. But that's there we go. That's coming out right now, man.
Coming
That's
out on
today,
Switch
so
too.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which Switch has been doing great, dude. Like not censoring any games they've released. A lot of games that get censored
Yeah.
on PlayStation will get censored on Switch. So, good on them. We also got a Snow Runner coming out on Switch. If you want a off-road ice trucker simulator,
That is, I believe it's also today on Game Pass.
Nice.
I mean, I don't understand the obsession with these like day job simulation games, but whatever.
Just to say you did it. You know, it's in the challenge. It's the journey, not the destination.
I mean, that's fine if you want to drop your money on the journey like that. Go ahead. Not my cup of tea though. We also got Void Terranium Plus is coming out today on PS5. I don't know what this is. I've never heard of this game. I'm on a trailer for it now.
No idea. Let's see. Not on Steam. I know this game.
Putting it in the.
That's not how you spell it. They spelled it.
Is this it right here?
Yeah, but they I don't know why they like spelled it out.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to do this. I got to bail for a meeting because I'm still doing work stuff right now in the background.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate the time, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's good seeing you.
thanks for
Good having
stopping
you on.
by.
Yep, I will talk to you later.
Later. But yeah, we got Void Terranium coming out on PS5. What is this? Like a roguelike dungeon crawler? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Maybe. You know what? I thought I knew what this was, but now that I'm looking at it, it just looks familiar. I don't think I've actually seen this.
I mean, it looks interesting. So if you're into it, it looks like it's got these like dungeon crawler elements, but
Looks
we'll have to
cute.
wait and see when it comes out. Yeah, it looks cute. It looks interesting. I like the 2D art style. So that'll be cool. We also got tomorrow the 20th. We have Layers of Fear 2 coming out on the Switch. I didn't even know that was happening, so it's cool to see it happen. Layers of Fear was a really popular horror game. A lot of people loved it, and I think Layers of Fear 2 got just as much attention. So it's cool
Yeah.
to see that coming on Switch. I don't know
I
how
think
it's
it
gonna
even
run.
has Oh yeah, or look. It'll probably like run fine, but it'll look terrible.
Yeah. A big thing of Layers of Fear was like a big thing that made Layers of Fear so interesting is that it had those it had very photorealistic textures. So I don't know if that's gonna translate at all to Switch.
It was both the
But we'll
visuals
see,
and
man.
the audio. That whole game, the whole thing was that you just didn't know. It was the anticipation of something happening, but nothing ever happening. And that just drove you crazy. Like that was the whole thing about that game. Like that was the most scariest part of the game. Was
Yeah, and
that
I don't know how that's gonna work on we play that shit portably, but whatever.
you know? Oh,
I mean, there you go, man. If like
I
you absolutely have to play, you have no other way to play Layers of Fear 2, you can play it
I
on your
I like to
Switch.
see the numbers on people who only play their Switch in portable versus who only play in docked. Um,
Yeah,
I like to see the numbers on that. That'd be interesting to know.
that would be interesting. If we had enough people, we can do a survey.
Yeah,
We also got a Manifold Garden is coming out on PS5, which is
good game.
it's a indie puzzle game. It looks really interesting. I like what I was looking at with it. It's a first person indie puzzle game.
Yeah,
I liked what I was looking at. It's cool to see it dropping on PS5 like that. It's been out on PC and last gen consoles for a while now. It's like 2019, I think, on PC and 2020 on PS4 and Xbox One. Um, but this looks interesting. It reminds me a little bit of The Witness.
yeah. It's
That's
got a
really
little
cool.
bit of Witness mixed with like a little bit of like Echo Chrome. Remember that game?
No, never heard of that game.
Well, it's a puzzle game that messes with perspective a lot.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I remember that one.
Yeah, that's basically what this game is. Is like, but it's
That's cool.
3D.
That's cool.
It's
Um,
non-Euclidean puzzles.
there you go. That is coming out on the 20th. So go pick it up. You have a PS5. We also got Just Die Already. It's coming out on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. I've seen people describe it as Goat Simulator with old people.
Yeah,
They're not wrong.
I played this. I played the demo of this. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yeah,
It
not
looks super weird. This is definitely a meme game, so
yeah,
the humor is seeing like the characters ragdoll and stupid shit happen. Which if that's what you're into, man, totally more power to you, but it's not my cup of tea.
yeah. It's good for like a couple minutes of laughter, and then what's the
Maybe
price
have
of
some
this?
friends over, have a couple drinks.
Yeah, $12.
$12. We also got Knockout City coming out
Now this I'm
on
interested
May
in.
21st. Yes, me too. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a dodgeball, a team-based competitive dodgeball game.
Yeah,
It looks like a
which
lot of fun.
very reminiscent of EA's other game, Rocket
Hmm?
League. I mean Rocket
Oh yeah.
Arena. I keep fucking that up. Uh, yeah, very
Yeah, me
reminiscent of
too.
Rocket Arena, which didn't do too well. Uh,
Which is funny because you liked Rocket Arena.
I liked it. It's just they would never pull an audience because of what they were charging for that game, which was sixty
Oh yeah.
dollars, and I paid for it. Now it's like five
And
dollars.
yeah, like a week later it dropped down to like 40, and then like a month later it was like down to 5.
This it doesn't have a price on the page, so I don't know if it's gonna be free to play or
Oh. We saw that trailer a while ago, and it was coming out on like everything, but I think we saw like a
yeah.
Nintendo show
Like what
as
it needs to
well.
have, it needs to be free to play. It needs to have cross-platform for all platforms. That would be the biggest, the easiest way to just get an audience is just to let people play your game. So it looks cool. I hope it does well. Just like I hope Rocket
Yeah.
Arena did well, but they fucked it up.
Oh yeah.
uh,
We also got a look at Miitopia that's dropping the 21st as well. It's like it's an RPG life sim using your Mii's with Nintendo. It's dropping on the Switch. That came out on the 3DS like back in 2016, 2017.
Yeah, they even had like that little mini game, the Miiverse. Is that what it was
Yeah,
called?
I remember that.
Or
Yeah,
like the Spot Pass.
yeah, that dropped when the Mii came out, or that dropped when the 3DS came out. That was that was packaged in with the software, and I think this is like an expanded version of that. It's like actually an RPG.
Um,
Um,
I think
that's
it's
some like,
crazy.
I yeah.
It's crazy that they're still doing the me thing,
Oh, I know.
but they
But
don't
they
like.
dropped that with the Wii, and they're still using it for like everything, which
It's
is
almost
cool.
like the Xbox has those like avatars
They never use.
that they still exist, but you like it's impossible to find them.
Yeah, because nobody uses them for anything.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see like Nintendo's doing something with it still. This looks cool. It's not my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people who are excited for this. A lot of people who played those shit out of Miitopia when that dropped on the 3DS back in the day. So I know a lot of people are excited to play this. Um, yeah, there we go. That's coming out the 21st, and we also have Rust dropping on PS4 and Xbox One. I thought that was already out on PS4 and Xbox One, but I guess it wasn't. It was only Windows and Mac. Fuck, I could have sworn this was already out, but
I remember
whatever.
they announced it. That I remember. Um, but yeah, and I remember it looking very bad when they showed it off. Um, so
Look, it still looks bad. It looks like garbage.
well,
Whatever. I know there are people who like it, man, but if you
you
like it,
don't
why?
you don't play this game for the visuals. You play it for the experience. Uh, the like the player versus player stuff.
Yes.
Uh, people come out of these games with very unique stories. So
And if that tickles your fancy, more power to you, but it's not my cup of tea.
yeah, this is more two. This is two survival for me.
Yeah,
Um,
same. All right, and that is it for the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Any gaming news you want to go over?
um, no, I think that's gonna do it. Trying to think if there's anything. No, I don't think so. Um, Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/ whatever the fuck, and Discord. Check us out there.
Yeah.
Uh, we do this, guys. My schedule is gonna be changing. I'm gonna be streaming at nights now.
Oh, cool.
Like late, like late. Like I don't get back until like 10 p.m. So that's like midnight Eastern. So if you're a night owl like I am, I'm gonna be streaming at night. So I don't know what I'm gonna be playing now. Well, I don't know. I think I should finish like near. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. I'm not totally into that game, but I think I should finish it. But
I'll probably be on now that you're streaming nights. Like I'm up pretty late on my days off, and wife goes to bed early, so I can probably be up there, keep you company.
yeah.
But this is fun, man. This is fun. I look forward to this shit. We should be going back to our regular scheduled Saturday shows.
Yeah. And then if we could do stuff together on Tuesdays, um that'd be dope. But yeah, other than that, I got nights every day. So
There we go. You guys have a good one. Everyone stay safe. Much love, and get vaccinated.
get vaxxed.